Representative Haley, I am one of these really true independents. I attend no political party meetings. I pay no political party dues. I'm kind of like one of our fellow Rotarians here who once said in an editorial that he really doesn't care a whole lot for political parties. I know they're necessary. I'm a political science major. But 8 years ago, I voted for Governor Sanford. I'd like to try to vote for the person who I think can be most effective. I voted for Governor Sanford. I thought he was a breath of fresh air. I liked what he said he wanted to do and what he planned to do. Quite frankly, I was disappointed. 4 years later, I voted for his opponent, saying the record for the past 4 years hasn't been that good. Let me see, maybe his opponent, if elected, can do a better job. He wasn't elected. Governor Sanford was elected again, and we got the next 4-year record. You just gave a very good answer to a question that was asked earlier about how to deal with the House and the Senate. And you've got your plans and you've got your objectives. Can you share anything more about any sort of history or record that can help me as one individual voter get better satisfied and more comfortable as to how effective you can be in pursuing your plans with these very strong House and Senate leaders who I think you have crossed swords with?
Yes. First of all, let's talk about some of the things that we have done. I think that's a great question. First of all, I was chairman of the freshman class. I was named majority whip. I was put on a powerful business committee, and I was subcommittee chair of banking. You don't get to those positions if you don't work with people to get to those positions. You don't get to those positions unless you show signs of leadership. So I did that. But my promise to you is, if I see something wrong, it's my job to make it right. So what I saw was, after being in the House a couple of years, I saw a lot of bills passing the desk that were being passed by a voice vote. And as an accountant, every time I saw them passing the desk, there were dollar signs. We were growing government, and you had no way of seeing the spending habits of your legislators. Well, one day there was a bill that dealt with the cost of living increases for state employees and retirees. At the last minute, someone slipped in an amendment that would give legislators retirement perks. Not uncommon, they will do that, but I want you to know exactly who voted for it and who voted against it. But instead, it was read across the desk, passed by a voice vote, and to this day you cannot find one legislator that says they voted themselves a pay raise. I got very upset, and the next day I filed a bill that said anything important enough to be debated on the floor of the House or the Senate is important enough for you to know how your legislator voted. There was a report that came out that year. Of all the bills passed in the South Carolina House, only 8% were on the record. Of all the bills passed in the South Carolina Senate, get ready for it, only 1% was on the record. So I went around the state and I said, if you didn't know how your House member voted 92% of the time, if you didn't know how your senator voted 99% of the time, how'd you know who to vote for when you went to the polls? Because you didn't. The painful part is I did go to my colleagues and I said, we should do this. This will make us accountable. The people will start to trust us again. And they said, put the bill away. We don't need to have it. We will decide what the public needs to see and what they don't. I continued that fight for 2.5 years. I'm proud to say that last year we passed rules in both the House and Senate that now give us an unprecedented number of votes on the record. The House passed overwhelmingly that it would have to be permanent law that every vote would be on the record, and then we got stumped in the Senate because the Senate decided it was unconstitutional for you to know how they vote. I will not give up that fight. That's too important because we can't have a working government until we have a good government. But to give you more of an idea of how I work and give you an example, when we were going to the committee process, I went to the committee and one of the legislators came up to me and said, we just want you to know we're going to kill your bill today. And I said, okay, I just want you to know what your options are. If you kill this bill today, I'm going to go out and say it's very clear that the Republican leadership doesn't understand what it means to be accountable to the people they represent. If you pass this bill today, I'm going to say it's very clear the Republican leadership understands the importance of being accountable to the people they represent. The person that was going to kill it moved for its passage, and I praised them all day long. When you let them know what you're going to do before you do it, it makes a difference.